Hello, I'm Toycat, and honestly, the concept in the title of this video was surreal enough to me when it was just Notch managing to overcome his grievances with the Minecraft community and becoming not just a viewer of Minecraft YouTube, but an active, self-proclaimed fan of the genre. This is interesting for so many different reasons, but what makes it even more interesting is the fact that during the course of this video, just before I was about to upload this, it turns out Notch went further from being just a fan of Minecraft YouTube to an active producer of content for the genre. That's right, Notch played Minecraft Survival with a Minecraft YouTuber. It's a video that exists. It seems fake seeing him there, but it's very much real, and I wanted to explain why this is such a weird concept, because for most games, having the principal developer or lead designer or founder or whatever title you want to give it, having them play the game would not be such a weird thing, but with the case of Notch and Minecraft, it of course is, and if you don't know exactly why, allow me to explain with today's video. We really need to start by mentioning that the relationship between Notch and Minecraft is not as simple as it first seems. Even though Notch is the most forward-facing part of the Minecraft brand, you might argue, by the relative fame that he has from being the founder and creator of the game, the interesting thing is that he hasn't been involved with the game for 6 years. Most of you will know that, but most of the public do not, and the easiest way to prove this is to look at the relative fame of the two things. Even though Minecraft is very famous, and even though it has lots of developers like Jeb, etc., if you look at all of the Minecraft developers, whether it be the most famous Jebs or the Dinnerbones, you can see they don't have anywhere nearly as many Twitter followers as Notch himself. Even Jeb, who has been creative officer, the head of the game and designing it for more time than Notch has fewer than half of his followers, and even the official Minecraft account itself has fewer followers than Notch himself on Twitter. That just goes to show the kind of single-handedness of the icon of Notch. Whether it's true or not is the thing that's represented, and this is interesting because Notch never really intended for Minecraft to be big, and especially, you can imagine, he never intended to be famous. In case you want proof of this, rather than making this as a vapid claim, if you actually look at the very early days of the Minecraft development, you can see how it was posted to just the TIG source forums, and when he posted the thing, he was responding individually to people, updating the game as they individually said things, because this wasn't his full-time gig. This was never intended to be. It was just a fun game he was making in his spare time, inspired by some of his favorite games, Dwarf Fortress, and of course Infiminer. I mean, really, when you look at Infiminer, you can see beyond any reasonable doubt where the inspiration for Minecraft came from, but this was meant to be kind of a hobby game that just started to blow up beyond any recognition. It started making, hundreds of sales, then thousands of sales, then tens of thousands, and then it became the biggest indie game of all time, and this huge amount of success kind of came out of nowhere. Again, nowadays, Minecraft is an established game, but bear in mind that this huge amount of success kind of happened in just a short couple of years period, which meant that the game went from being a hobby to being a main project, to being something that Notch could make a studio for, to being something that even the studio, of all of its overheads and costs and staff, was something which was being dwarfed by the massive income that was coming from Minecraft, and you can see the results of this in quite a few interesting ways and decisions that were made around the time. I mean, look at the Mojang office. It's one of the coolest of any game developer, but also you can take the trips that they took to Monaco, for instance, in a private jet, where there's all of these, kind of awkward photos you can see that are like, well, that happened, because basically a lot of money rolled into Mojang all at once, and as well as that, money isn't the only, byproduct of success. The other byproduct of success is, of course, going to be fame, and fame came in by the droves, and this was mostly positive when Minecraft was doing well, but of course, as things go on, a person who can do no wrong suddenly becomes a person who can do wrong, and all of this positive wave of influence started to turn a little bit less positive in ways here and there, something which culminated in one of the biggest waves of negativity, which happened at a point where Notch wasn't even in charge of the game and wasn't even behind the decision that led to the huge amount of backlash against him, because Mojang decided to start enforcing one of the clauses in their server policy which regulated what you could and couldn't sell on your Minecraft server. This was when Minecraft servers became a huge thing, and they started actually enforcing one of the policies that they had, and this round of enforcement was something that got a lot of hate directed towards the public figure of the game. Who is that going to be? The enforcement team? Is it going to be the Minecraft brand themselves? No, again, Notch was not only a big figure then with Minecraft, but an even bigger figure because he was actively still known as the head honcho in charge of the game, and this backlash is what Notch publicly states is his reason for wanting to sell Minecraft. So as early as 2012, Notch had hinted that his price to just sell out and be done with everything would be $2 billion. He said $2 billion and he'd endorse your crap as kind of a light-hearted, way to say that, like, yep, $2 billion is my sales point. Any less than that and you can tell me to stop, which is why he had so many big spats with things like Windows 10 and VR and stuff like that, because he wanted to, keep the integrity of what he wanted to make up until $2 billion, which is convenient because as soon as, this big backlash came about, Notch decided that he wanted to sell the game. And that's when Microsoft conveniently came a-knocking because they said $2.5 billion, we'll take Minecraft. And of course, immediately that was a thing that was done. The money was actually split not just between Notch himself, but between the other founders of the company Mojang, not the game Minecraft, but the company itself. And as a result, Notch became a multi-millionaire, and debatably a billionaire, although after taxes are said and done and after the bonuses that he left the staff, it's hard to say exactly what Notch's net worth is, as much as many places might say, but he was, extremely wealthy to say the least, and even has one of the most expensive homes in America, which you can look at right now. It's a very nice home. Real quick, we need to take a break from the video, say Notch has a really nice home. He even has a candy room. As impractical as a candy room is, and it doesn't even really make sense, especially if you live by yourself, because you'd have to, like, pay someone to fill them, or you'd spend a lot of time filling candy yourself to then waste and it doesn't really make sense as a thing, but it is really cool, I think we can all admit. But yeah, Notch decided to sell Minecraft, and this created animosity, in addition to that with the community, which led to him to sell it, but it led to animosity of the developers behind the game. All the Mojang staff didn't really know what was happening, and this is what led to the year of basically nothing happening. There was no Minecon. They decided to cancel their big Minecraft convention. They took the longest to go between two versions of Minecraft, 1.8 to 1.9, which is when they made the most hated version by the community, which I imagine added to Notch's frustrations of the community, because they probably took it out on him too there. But as well as that, this is just the longest time it took for the staff to be morale on the game. A lot of the staff didn't necessarily, hate Notch, but there was an animosity that developed between the two, and that is the context you need to know behind why it's so shocking that all of a sudden a random Minecraft video, was trying to find one of the mysteries of Minecraft, which is the pack.png file, the kind of default world icon. It's a fascinating video by Southsea1 if you like the exploration into Minecraft and the weird history of it.
If you've ever played Minecraft Java Edition, you probably recognize this image: a grassy hill with trees and a beach with a waterfront. For some, you may not know for sure exactly where you saw it, though you still recognize it.
But basically there is this mysterious image that comes from a seed we haven't been able to find, even with all of the seed checking that's been done as a result. Again, I found it to be a fascinating video, would recommend you check it out, but it turns out I'm not the only person who really enjoyed this video, because Notch actually also did, because as you can see, when Southsea1 tweeted it out, Notch responded directly saying, haha, wow, what a quest, I hope you put it off. I don't remember where the picture came from, and it probably wasn't me who took it. If it was me, it was a completely random seed, possibly within random coordinates. That's how I test and look for cool screenshots, which is just like a cool way of Notch saying, oh yeah, it turns out it was probably random, but like maybe. But the interesting thing was the tweet actually tagged several other Minecraft developers, Dinnerbone, Grum, Mans Olsen, Jeb himself, and as a result, all of those people saw that in their replies. And that is when Dinnerbone, who is arguably Minecraft's third most prolific developer after Notch and Jeb, responded saying, I think I've looked into this before. Hypothetically, it shouldn't be too hard to write a program that iterates, and likely seeds for a structure that looks vaguely like this in an old version. Might take a long time though. It was really interesting to see as just a member of the community to be like, oh yeah, the old, founder of the game and a current developer have, decided to respond to each other. But it gets more interesting because Notch then directly talks to Dinbone and says, oh snap, hey man, and they directly say it, hello, it's been a while, and then it sure has. I'm not exactly the king of keeping up with social relationships, and I figured I'd caused enough damage already. And then Dinnerbone just said, oh yeah, I'm pretty much the same. If you want to catch up, let's. I think most of the damage on both sides was just from not communicating and assuming the worst. I think that's how it always goes though. It's really interesting to see that after such a long time they can be cordial to each other on Twitter. It's nice to see that such an animosity that can be built up in the public eye, can be kind of just de-escalated in this way. But something I found really interesting was not just this conversation itself, which was kind of nice that they're like, hey, do you want to catch up, maybe do that, which we don't know for sure that they did or intend to. It seems as though based on the lack of anything public facing on that maybe they're not. But it seems as though Notch then clarified that he's reached some point where he's able to see the things from a big perspective, not just assuming his own, and it's how people have always been. He doesn't mind being a part of it. We created something incredible, much bigger than any one of us. This is nice because it's not kind of seeing that the game Minecraft, despite the flaws in how it was run after he left, is still, a wonderful game that has changed the world in so many ways that we could talk about forever on this channel, and maybe at some point in the future, we will. But for now, let's just kind of mention that as well as saying all of that, he said the most fascinating thing in response to the reply of, we're all passionate, but passion definitely makes things more intense, haha. You're right though, we've made something big, touched millions of lives. It was a happy ending after all, but he says in response to that, less than free. By the way, I'm hooked on Minecraft YouTube now, and it's been so long I feel like a fan. It's a pretty darn cool experience. It's fuller of adventure than ever. That's right, Notch not only, likes modern day Minecraft, but he likes watching it on YouTube. And again, this by itself to me is so wacky, so ridiculous. The idea that after all of this, Notch can just appreciate watching some YouTube videos. Like, isn't it the most interesting thing to imagine imagine that like, oh yeah, I'm watching this YouTube video, anyone around the world could be watching with me, and one of those people could be a millionaire living in a mansion with LA with a candy room, but you know what, he watches Minecraft YouTube videos, and it's more astounding because he made the game that the videos are, you know, based around. And, you know, this concept is something I've been thinking about like all week, and it's something that every time I think about, I'm like, that is just a wacky little fact that by itself, like I said, is surreal and insane, and I think would be enough for a video. But then things got weirder because, you know, after mentioning this a few days afterwards, clearly he got in touch with some of the Minecraft YouTubers that he was a fan of, or vice versa, because what ended up coming out is something I did not believe. I thought was going to be clickbait, but something called Minecraft Speedrunner versus Assassin feature Notch. This is a series, it seems, on Dream's channel. Dream is a Minecraft YouTuber who has a suspiciously similar number of subscribers to me, so like, you know, not a big Minecraft YouTuber. I'm allowed to say that about myself. Not a big Minecraft YouTuber, maybe a medium-sized one with just over 1 million subscribers. That's what makes this so interesting, because obviously Notch has no direct financial interest in making a YouTube video and the, you know, like the literally hundreds of dollars that he can get his hands on for, you know, this afternoon or evening of work or whatever. Like, this isn't a a realistic fact to someone who is a millionaire, let alone a billionaire. But what I find interesting about this is something Notch just clearly decided to do for interest. If we look at the video together, and you better believe we will.
My goal is to kill you, so if I kill George, it doesn't matter, as long as you live.
Okay. Oh God. Okay. Yeah. This is
It's
fun.
up to you.
That's high pressure. I like this.
At the beginning, we're gonna give, instead of usually I hunt you down right away, I'm gonna give you guys like a minute-long head start. So as soon as you guys are ready, then tell me, say go, and then run off.
Okay, we start running like this, and then we tell you like go.
It really is Notch in a game. It looks like clickbait, but it's a real thing that you can see in real Minecraft in a random Minecraft video released on the 21st of January. Isn't that interesting?
Okay.
You guys going ready? All right, fine. I'm gonna count in my head. I'm gonna count in my
I
head.
don't even know where to.
I'll tell you when I start. I'll tell you when I start.
So get wood, get wood. Alright, so let's get some wood.
I am
So-
about to be on my way, and I will hunt
Jesus.
you down. Is
Jesus
Notch
Christ.
gonna even know how to craft? That's the question here.
I do.
The question of like, it's funny to just see him appearing in a YouTube video, of course, but it's also more interesting to see Notch getting back into playing Minecraft and playing it for the sake of a performance, which is what effectively this is. But it's even more interesting as we go deeper into the video, as we watch more of it, because as you can see,
Okay, let's go here.
Well, this was right on
Oh
the
no,
lava.
that's complete.
That would
That
have been
one.
great if the spiders knocked you off right away.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so technically, unless Dream gets lucky, he should not find us.
Yeah, we were fully visible from the portal there though, so he probably saw us. Because I was turned around, there was like big major portal just happening there. Oh, this is nice.
Let's not place anything on the gravel in case it just falls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, the good thing is I don't see him anywhere.
But he is down here. I have a different definition of good, but I'm more comfortable seeing him.
Yeah, I hear her.
Oh, there we go.
I
Her.
guess it's female. I feel like they're female.
I haven't even thought about that.
They sound female.
They're actually
Sound
they're,
female.
they're actually gay according to J.K. Rowling.
Going to J.K. Rowling. The Gus Johnson skit. She's just leading it like from the.
he referenced a Gus Johnson skit, which, whether you know it or not, is another YouTuber. But it's worth mentioning that, like, oh yeah, Notch clearly watches a lot of YouTube videos, not just the one, but clearly watches several YouTubers. And the reason he's in this one clearly just seems to be, oh yeah, it'd be an enjoyable time with a YouTuber that he seems to watch. And even though I didn't know about Dream before this video, you know, clearly I should have. Clearly I'm making some mistakes in the Minecraft game. It seems as though one of these videos is the one that got Notch into it, which means that, yeah, Notch got, you know, like, thrown into the Minecraft YouTube bubble of the last few months with, you know, great hits like Minecraft but everywhere we look it explodes, or, you know, Minecraft but it's confusing. One of these types of videos is the one that got Notch into Minecraft YouTube, it seems, based on the fact that he was willing to make this video. So yeah, I won't share the entire video of you because, I mean, it's someone else's YouTube video, and you know, I'm polite in that way, even though it's something Minecraft fair use rules. But you know, it's just interesting to see Notch in a YouTube video for the sake of fun, for the sake of, oh yeah, he's been watching YouTube videos and thought it'd be fun to show up in one and even kill the very YouTuber himself. But yeah, this is something you can look into yourself. Again, lots of interesting Minecraft YouTube videos. Minecraft YouTube went for a renaissance last year. Isn't that really cool? But the thing that I find so interesting here is that Minecraft YouTube is so interesting and it's gotten so big, you know, as we can tell by the numbers. But when you hear the numbers of the fact that, like, oh yeah, Minecraft's the best-selling game of all time. Oh yeah, Minecraft's the most watched game on YouTube and has, you know, some of the most watched live streams out there. You hear those numbers and you think, oh, that's kind of cool. But it's hard to imagine them and it's hard to see them until you see a big public case. In the same way, it's hard to imagine dying until you hear a celebrity dies and you're like, wow, even people you know can die too. But when you hear about someone like Notch, you know, like, you know, getting into Minecraft YouTube because of its huge ride recently, it's a reminder that the game is still big, is still cool, and it's so cool that even the person who has the most reasons to be against it, even the person who has had the most, you know, spite thrown at them by the community, and even by the developers of the game itself, even that person has managed to get into the game, whether, you know, itself or whether just for YouTube videos, and that is something that is amazing to hear, and it's just a reminder, you know, people like to say that only kids play Minecraft, and it's really easy to debunk on the surface. Like, whenever someone brings it up, I'm just like, haha, very funny, good astute observation, you saw a kid play Minecraft once, so now Minecraft's for kids. I like to respond that, oh yeah, you went in water once, so you must be a fish always. What are you, an amphibian? What are you doing managing to be in water the one time? What's this? You can't take one thing, one data point and assume it goes for everywhere. But one of the biggest points to prove that is the fact that Notch just dived into YouTube, and that is something I find really cool. And this whole thing is something I don't really believe. The fact that I'm making this video is something I don't entirely understand, but it's something that I wanted to put out here and just say, hey, did you know things are real even when celebrities don't believe they're real, even when people in your own life don't believe they're real? Looking at the numbers is important because, again, we all have the bias inside of us where we, it's harder to believe something until, you know, your shoe shiner tells you is the common anecdote when it comes to stock trading and stuff. But like, yeah, you can know what's happening looking at the numbers for things better than you can know by looking at your own personal circle, because your personal circle is at most like 100 people. That's a big personal circle. You have way more friends than I do if that's the case. Whereas the world is somewhere between 7 and 8 billion people, which, if I have done the maths correctly, is more than 100. So with that said, yeah, this is a very interesting, you know, news video, mix of a little bit of a, you know, commentary style video. Let me know what you thought of it, because I found it interesting. Maybe you did too. I obviously would like it if you'd subscribe to the channel, because then I'll have more subscribers and I can say I'm bigger than the YouTuber who played with Notch. But more seriously, you know, maybe, you know, if we get enough subscribers, Notch will come, you know, play survival Minecraft with us here on the Bedrock edition. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? But no, if you want to see more survival Minecraft videos, if you love seeing where this game is going, of course, subscribe with notifications turned on is the best way to see that, because there's a lot of big news coming very soon to Minecraft. It is taking a huge turn this year, and the best way to see all of those turns is here on this channel. Subscribe to IBX Toycat, and have a lovely day, whether you do choose to subscribe or not. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.